Hey Geminis, Amber here at Persephone's Journey Tarot. I hope that you're very well. This is your love reading for November 2019. It is for you if you have a Gemini Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, or not Ascendant or Descendant. Geminis, if you're a Sagittarius Rising, you may find this reading to be useful, especially if your seventh house is heavily populated with, personal planets like, the Sun or Mercury, etc., or there's something really going on in your seventh house, then yeah, I definitely would, pay attention to this if Gemini rules your seventh house, especially if Mercury's in there, because then the actual rulership of Gemini will be in its own house, but with the theme of relationships. So you would have a very strong, probably, quite a lot of events in your life that probably will revolve quite heavily around relationships. That will be markers in your life. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation, off on a tangent. But yeah, so we have got the beautiful Gemini card here. It's a lovely postcard. I've sent postcards to my friends in the past, and they've always really loved them, and they frame them or put them on their fridge, so they're really cute. You could buy a pack of 12. You get all 12 signs for about £25, I think the current price is. And so you get 12 cards for £25. That works out to like £2 each or something. Yeah, and you always have a postcard handy to send to your friend, and it's really cute because it's personal, and you can put your own little message in there, and it's just cute and quirky. It's a bit more meaningful, I think, and a bit more personal when it's a postcard. So yeah, definitely hit me up if you're interested in seeing the collection. I'll show you where to go to view it. If you want your own reading, contact me at symbolsforliving@gmail.com or persephonesjourneytarot@gmail.com, or you can go to my website, symbolsforliving.com. I don't currently have these listed there as products, but I will do soon once I get the pictures done. But in the meantime, you can go to my Instagram, you can see them there, or I can, show you where else you can read them. Anyway, sorry for rambling. I know you didn't come for that. I probably should put a timestamp at 2.5 minutes. But yes, this reading, Gemini, is looking pretty good, to be honest with you. I can see you here with your soulmate. I can see you being very centered, very grounded, very mature, wishes coming true, having to maybe cut people out as well, maybe in the near past here with the Justice card. I can see you here, maybe embarking on something new, and not really knowing how that will look. Maybe you're suddenly single, and that's why you're feeling very grounded, very much in yourself, focused on yourself internally, as you've let someone go. And I think that you may have let someone go because I see these 3 cards here in the reading. And this could be that there was someone that maybe you've spent many years, maybe 6 years with, or spent a lot of time with this person, or had a long history, or had a very close connection with this person. Maybe I felt like a soulmate. So maybe it was a very, very compatible, loving bond that you may have had with someone, that maybe even, you became best friends. This is a friendship card as well. This is more than just love. This is or just romantic love. This is almost like unconditional love, pure love, childlike love. So seeing beyond the flaws, and actually the connection is about the memories that you have. The appreciation that you have for them is because of the memories that you had. The the stories that you now have to tell about your life maybe heavily involve this person. And but it looks like either there was maybe a third party situation, maybe you found somebody else, because it may have become more of a friendship. Maybe that's what's happened here, because I see you so strong here. I don't see you really with the 9 of Swords or the 5 of Cups. Yes, I can see there's a separation. I think you're being quite matter of fact about it, especially with the Queen of Swords here. in, you know, how you're viewing the situation, what you're kind of focused on. That's the Queen of Swords, and that is about putting your emotions aside and doing what you need to do what you need to do. So, you know, sometimes making the necessary sacrifices or cutting, you know, it's like pruning. The Queen of Swords will prune. So even though there could be a beautiful budding little, you know, branch on, you know, a rose bush or you know, a plant, the Queen of Swords, if it knows the plant is not going to survive for whatever reason with that budding shoot off, she will cut it off. Even though it's beautiful, she may give it another little, you know, cup of water to try and grow in or whatever, or try to save it in some way, but she will also be quite prepared to cut it off in order for the main thing that's really required, you know, to survive. So I feel like you've cut out something, especially with the Justice card here. It could also be a Libra that you were involved with, but I feel this is you making a decision. I feel this is you. This is almost like a karmic situation too, where you may feel like a cycle has completed, or that it's time to make an adjustment. You may have noticed that maybe you've grown as a person and it's time to make that adjustment in your life. It seems like a very fair and right thing to do. And it's not something that maybe was taken lightly, because the Justice card is here. So you have to really carefully weigh up the pros and cons of your decision. But I feel like you've made the right choice here with the Justice card. And also with the Nine of Cups in the near future, I'm seeing that I feel that you have kind of positioned yourself energetically for quite a positive outcome in the near future. So I feel like you're on path, you're on the right path at the moment, but there could still be the sadness of having to maybe cut someone out and separate yourself from someone. And I feel like as well, for some reason, I'm getting like you stabbed yourself in the heart, like you are the one that made this decision. Wow. So you're being really brave. And also the Strength card here underneath all of those cards to show that, yeah, you have had to not kind of fall into old habits, knee-jerk reactions to situations, but really give some thought about where you're placing your energy, your time, and your focus. Like, and you've decided, again, there's energy of cutting things out, having to be tough, and not doing what you instinctively feel that you would do in that situation. Maybe your instincts, if this person was a very good friend or a true love of some sort, your instinct may be to always go back to them or to always be with them and to never really let them go. But I think I'm making a decision with the Justice card here to let it go. And that kind of, also the advice is the Seven of Cups, because so you go from the 6 to the 7. So I think you find yourself a bit out of sorts, not really maybe knowing exactly, or really trying to maybe define and clarify what it is that really your heart wants, what it is that you're really going to be going after this time. And maybe you're dreaming quite big as well with the Seven of Cups, like you're really thinking out of the box. You're really considering maybe very different people to what you're used to. Really looking to see what your usual type is and what else could be good for you. You know, what else could be out there for you? Maybe you want to try new things, you know, in your love relationship going forward. Maybe that's what it was as well. Maybe there was a bit of boredom in the relationship. The Six of Cups, you know, it doesn't really connect to the word boredom, but I can see it being very, you know, predictable and safe and calm, and, you know, where the Seven of Cups comes in and it brings in a bit of change and excitement and, you know, movement of energies. So I feel that you will be wanting to explore all of your options. Maybe there are just a lot of options available to you. It could also be that this was a third party situation, you know, and you're now in a position where you're thinking, okay, I don't know what I really want right now. And the Justice card could be, and also the King of Swords could be you having to really think about what it is that you want to do going forward with this person, as you may have been with them for a long time. You may have thought that it was going to last forever. With the Six of Cups, you may have thought that there was marriage, very stable situation, and then come to find that actually things aren't how they seemed, and now there's all these other options that are available to you. So it's like you definitely have got a lot of options this month, and I think you're being asked to look quite deep within, as it is a Scorpio card. We're also moving into Scorpio season, so it could be as well that during, maybe the middle of, I think, the 23rd of October through to the 22nd, I think, of November is Scorpio season. So maybe during that time, you may start to explore your options more, and it might also be a good time when the sun is in Scorpio to really dig deeper and see what it is that really feeds you, that really excites you, that really what is it that you haven't tried yet that you want to try, basically, with the Seven of Cups. So we have the King of Swords here centrally. So this is also the Gemini card. So Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, but we are getting strong Libra here. So it may be a Libra that you were involved with. It could just be that this is representing your energy where you're feeling very empowered. You're feeling like you are the ball's in your court. You see things maybe very clearly now. You are at a point of a clear perspective, and also being more decisive. So currently you are maybe having to make a decision, but with the King of Swords, it's like you're making a very authoritative decision. Maybe your decision is going to be the final one. Like it's all down to you to make this decision. You could also be spending a lot of time thinking and focusing on your desires, strategizing how to go forward, planning as well with the King of Swords. So you may have a very clear objective. So it could be that, it could go so many ways. It could be that you're just separated from someone that you do really care about, and because the King of Swords is facing towards this Justice card energy, towards this Libra. The Three of Swords is also a Libra card. So it could be for some of you that you're very focused on this Libra person, and you could be strategizing, talking to them a lot. Maybe they are quite, weighing you up still, figuring you out. Maybe you're waiting for a response from them as well, possibly. Although the King of Swords usually has the power in the situation, from what I gather. The King of Swords usually has quite a lot of power, but the Justice card is always going to trump any of the pip cards. So it could be that you're making quite a lot of effort. So maybe this person does like you and you know it. So you do have power in the situation, but really they need to make this decision about whether or not they want to make a commitment to you or not, if it's a Libra person here. But the good news is, in the near future, you do get a very happy outcome. You do get whatever it is that you wish for. So you go from the 6, 7 to the 9 of Cups. So I think that you do actually figure out, if you are in a point of indecision, you do figure out what it is that you want, and you do get that. Even if it's just the figuring out what it is that you want, that in itself is something to celebrate. You've kind of shone a light maybe on a blind spot or something that you haven't noticed about yourself in terms of what you like and what you don't like, and you now kind of see that, and you're now quite empowered. It could also be this person does make a decision to go ahead and start a relationship with you. The Seven of Cups could also be talking about, you waiting sometimes for a decision or not knowing what's going to happen next. Maybe because this person is so like the ball's in my court. You're waiting for me to make a decision about the situation. That's what this Libra could feel, and you could be very focused on this Libra, the Queen of Swords. You could be very focused on her or him, but it looks like it could be a her. So you could be very focused on this person and waiting for them to make a decision. But this person maybe has quite clear cut, black and white almost kind of expectations, the Queen of Swords, like she knows exactly what she will and will not put up with, and she will cut you off if you do not measure up in some way. And when I say cut you off, I think she'd only be mean and cut you off if maybe you offended her, but at the same time she may also let you down gently. But either way, she's not going to entertain weakness, entertain what she perceives to be weak. You know, she's not going to let anything slide. She's going to hold you accountable. So she might be quite a tough person that you're dealing with. She could be very fun though and have a great sense of humor, but when it comes to certain things, she's quite serious when it comes to relationships. So it could be that you're dealing with someone that's quite a tough cookie and is very good with her words as well, or his. But also enjoys the finer things in life, I'm getting here as well. So it could very well be a Libra that you're dealing with. They enjoy the finer things in life, you know. They like beauty and roses and things like that. However, it could just be that you're feeling very, again, in your element at the moment. Maybe you do hold a lot of power in the situation after a decision, decided to cut someone out, and you're still quite focused on keeping that attitude, you know, that same energy as you move forward into your new relationships or new path in love. You could still be like, you know, I'm not taking any crap. I know what I want. And also the Queen of Swords could be also sorting out those kind of thoughts, really getting decisive about what it is you will and won't accept, what it is you do and don't want as well, being very decisive about that. And so what grounds this whole reading is this Queen of Pentacles. So there could be that this could go many ways. So just to follow on from, you know, maybe you being more in the driving seat in the situation, you could just feeling very grounded. Feeling quite good in terms of your self-esteem, knowing your worth, being very, very focused on your money right now, your future. You could be wanting to kind of lay some roots down, buy a home, things like that, looking after your family. Like those are the things that really concern you, the long-term future. So you could be thinking about decisions that affect your long-term future. You know, you may be making decisions a lot more seriously now. I think a lot of the time when you're in your 20s, you kind of just go with whatever feels good. But I think once you get into your 30s, 40s, 50s, you tend to start to make decisions based on how it might look in 5 years, or, you know, whether this person really is suitable for me. Like, are we really compatible? So you're putting a lot more thought into your long-term relationships. And I think you're quite clear on what you want. And it could be that you really want someone who's financially equal to you, or is maybe better off than you, or at least is focused on their finances enough, you know, in terms of saving pennies for a rainy day, or you know, thinking about the future. Someone who thinks ahead in a practical way, that isn't just living in the moment. So I think that that's a focus for you as well, and that's what's driving the whole situation, is that you want a long-term relationship that you can grow in, and that person can grow in, and you can grow together, and you can build together, and, you know, reach success together. But money seems to be quite important here. Finances. This could also be a third-party situation. It could be that you yourself are choosing between Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe the Queen of Pentacles is more this soulmate energy. You know, maybe that's the person that you decided to cut away and focus on this Libra person. Yeah, so this could be a third-party situation where there's one man here choosing between two people as well. So, but yeah, it looks like you will, even on a personal level, I think, see a lot of happiness. I think definitely come at some point during the month, if not, you know, maybe more towards the end of October, there will be this kind of very joyful experience of feeling very confident and appreciated and loved from the inside out. And also knowing your worth, you'll really know that you have 9 cups to give, and that when you really look at yourself, you say, hang on, I've got a good job or a steady income. My head's screwed on pretty well. I'm quite cultured, or you'll realize there's quite a lot of things about you that actually makes you kind of a prize, and you really start to recognize your worth, I think, during the month of October. Okay, so we've got the 2 of Cups here for your person, and the Hierophant cards. It looks like this person really does think a lot of you and recognizes the compatibility between you both, and feels like they found a soulmate, or they found someone that they can truly connect with. So the 6 of Cups could be about you finding a soulmate, but the 3 of Swords tells me that there could be a separation or disappointment, or maybe you're having to wait, like I said, for this person to give you an answer. And so it's making you feel like in your head and stressed and upset. So I don't really read reversals. It just takes up too much time. And often the cards pretty much tell you what's going on anyway. So, but yeah, I may start to do reversals at some point for you guys. All right, so we've got the Ace of Wands and the Hanged Man for how your partner currently perceives you, feels about you. And this is their experience with you. So we've got the Ace of Rods and the Hanged Man. So they could be seeing you as someone who is taking some time out, backing away from the situation. So yeah, maybe you are the one waiting. They see you as the Hanged Man. They'll see you as the Ace of Rods. They could see you as someone who's wanting a new beginning, who's quite excited about, like, they think, obviously, you may feel that you're quite sure about this person. Like, you're like, yeah, let's do this. I've got a strong sexual attraction to you, and they may also have towards you too. I'm just waiting now to hear what your final answer is, what your judgment is. And it could be vice versa. So it could be that, you're in this point of decision, and this person, or possibly these people, there's 2. Or definitely, I think you're leaving someone to be with somebody else. And I think that you're looking forward to this new start, this Ace of Rods. And I think this person is as well. So there's someone new that's come in that I think you instinctively feel, especially with the 2 of Cups here and the 6 of Cups. And even the 7 of Cups, it does talk about instinct, knowing deep down what it is that you want. Using your intuition to really figure out what it is that you want when you're making decisions. And the 2 of Cups, again, is about intuitively knowing sometimes. There's something in your bones that draws you to someone, that attraction, that strong attraction with the Ace of Wands as well. It's like, I thought that there was like a very intense kind of connection, or maybe could have even been love at first sight, or that kind of initial attraction and smoothness in your communication, I feel, as well, because we've got all these swords here as well. So it shows there is compatibility, especially with the King and Queen of Swords. We are looking at soulmates, seeing the 6 of Cups as well, and the 2 of Cups. So we are looking at a soulmate connection here, and I think that you've made a choice to be with this person here, or you're waiting for a choice to be made towards you. So if this person is waiting for you to get back, they're kind of seeing you kind of just take your time about it with the Hanged Man, not doing anything, not calling, not making an effort. But I think that it's them now. Having seen the 3 of Swords and thinking about it, it may actually be them that's slowing things down. But I don't think that they're taking long in a way where they're like, oh, I don't know if I really want to be with them. You know, it's not like that. It's like with the hangman, it's like, okay, am I really ready to do this? Looking at it very seriously. Okay, so what do I need to do? What do I need to change? What do I need to do? Like, it's more of a carefully analyzing almost the situation to just to make sure that everything is in the right place, that everything is just right, double checking things a little bit, to make sure that their perspective is clear and that it's not just heady romance, you know. But there's definitely a strong sexual attraction and a new beginning here as well with this person. So in the past, we had the World card and the Moon card for this person. So again, we've got this new beginning or major ending, a new cycle maybe starting as well with this person. Maybe they also saw you closing chapters in your life. They may have felt that, oh, you know, Gemini is closing a chapter. I feel that that's even what's happened anyway. I feel like this person's come in. They could be more of a fixed energy. They could be an Aquarius, possibly Leo, Taurus, or Scorpio. Maybe they have those signs strongly in their chart. It's looking like they may be more of a Scorpio here with the Moon card. Maybe Scorpio energy. We've got Scorpio as well coming out in the rest of the cards. So keep it that you're dealing with someone that's maybe got an air energy, but also strong water elements too, like Scorpio and Libra. Yeah, wow. And it looks as if there was a deep knowing with the Moon card here and the World card. There was a deep knowing. So I think this person's quite intuitive that you're speaking with. This person's quite intuitive, like they know when they know. You know, and that might be what the Seven of Cups is about, is letting you know that you've got someone that's very Scorpion energy in your life at the moment as well. Again, there's instinctive knowing, it's more to do with instinct. Wow, so it looks like this person has come in, and again, we've got two cards that are representing karma and cycles. Yeah, wow. So it could also be something to do with the full moon as well. It might be good to look at the full moons for this relationship. But I feel like you're on path. You've started a new path in your life. You've taken a new road, a new chapter has been started. I think this person's come in and kind of initiated a lot of that and really pulled things into perspective for the both of you. And I think, yeah, this person's like, yeah, let's do this. Let's start. Let's do this. Again, we're looking at instinct here with the two cards. So there's like a lot of instinct and a lot of, like I said, just knowing that they want to be with you and that it's a brand new chapter that's starting here as well. So I feel like you've met each other just at the right time. You're ready to kind of, you're both ready to kind of embark on new chapters in your life. Okay, but this is just October. I wish I could say for the rest of your life. I wish I could, but this is for October. So there are a lot of deep emotions I think have been stirred for both of you. And I think you both feel like the connection. You both feel like, yeah, I could really be with this person, you know. The moon can talk about secrets as well, things being hidden. But I never really get that with the moon card. I always get like more fears. So this person could have a few fears, you know. Again, it's the feelings that bubble up that can't be explained. That for me is the moon card. We can also talk about very deep emotions and like falling in heady love, you know, almost crazy kind of love, you know. So it was probably a very crazy kind of quick maybe or deep connection that was recognized early on. And I feel this person does actually, I can see commitment here as well. And I think you're quite set on them as well because you're looking directly at this person. So this person may have made a decision, or maybe you've made a decision in the past, like, yes, I want to be with this person. I'm focused on this air sign now. I want to kind of get things moving. So like I've said before, we do have the Two of Cups and the Hierophant card for what their intentions are, or not so much intentions, but where they're coming from, what's going on in their subconscious, what's driving the situation for them. I feel that they're looking for permanency. They want a long-term relationship. They probably want marriage. They are looking for their soulmate. They do want their soulmate, and they may very well want to be in a soulmate situation with you. So we've got Taurus coming out twice now, and also the Queen of Pentacles. So it could be that you're involved with the Taurus as well. And we've had Leo come out quite strongly to Scorpio and the air signs. Possibly be a Virgo as well. We've got Virgo coming through. But yeah, this person wants a traditional relationship with you. They want to settle down. They want to lock you down. They want to lock you down, okay? Because we've got the keys here. They want to make it official with you. And maybe even start a family, but they want a traditional relationship. So tradition could be whatever their tradition is or your tradition is. Or it could be just taking the relationship to that next level of status, like initiation in a way, like getting to that next stage where you become official. So there could be also certain tests that this person wants to put you through. I'm getting that as well. That there's certain, they recognize that, you know, especially with the Hanged Man here, they recognize this, you know, they're going to take this really seriously. It's going to take a little bit of time. You know, you're going to have to handle this in a mature way. We're going to have to still check a few things, you know, just make sure that we are wanting the same things. I think they're hoping that you both want the same things, you know, in life long term. But they are looking for that compatibility, someone that they can settle down with and take things to the next level with, maybe even marriage, maybe even family as well. But there's something to do with tradition here. They may want the big white dress or something like that. Or something to do with tradition is very important to them. Okay. So we've got the Seven of Coins and the Page of Rods for what they're focused on. So they are focused on this new beginning. They are more curious than having any particular expectations. So like I'm getting this feeling this person is quite, yeah, they definitely felt this big emotional pull and knowing that there was something here with you. But they are being grounded with the Hangman. They are stepping back, detaching from their emotions. And I think they're kind of taking on the approach of, I really like where this is going. I want to see more so I can confirm my feelings, so I can know what's real and what's not about this deep emotion that I'm feeling. Again, there's this evaluation with the Seven of Coins, wanting to kind of add things up, check that things are going well, this kind of checking energy. It could also be that this person has a lot of patience, intends to have a lot of patience. And again, it's a case of wanting to see what's going to happen. The Seven of Pentacles is about, you know, the ripening of the fruit on the tree, you know, just before it's maybe ripe to pick. Or maybe at that point that it's able to be picked. It's like seeing the outcome of things. So I think this person wants to see the outcome of things, and that's why they're kind of got this energy of taking their time, standing back a bit, not being too, you know, not getting too carried away, trying to keep a clear perspective on the situation, but really excited to see what could happen, especially when it comes to the sexual part, I would say, the excitement, the fun aspects, the fun times. I think they're very focused on that. And you know, everything that I think you guys experience and do, they'll kind of catalog it, I feel, And at the times when they're in their quiet times, they will reflect on, okay, so how was the last week? How was the last month with this person? Like, okay, now I kind of figure out what they're like, what they're about. Okay, this is where they're at. It's like they intend to kind of suck it and see kind of situation. Let's see what happens. But they're very excited and extremely curious, and they definitely want to see what could be. Like, they're very fixed on that. They're not going anywhere. They want to see what could happen. Again, there's Seven of Cups energy here, again, about seeing what will happen, that unknowing energy. And I think that maybe could also be maybe part of the frustration for you with the Three of Swords. It's like, oh, you know, I thought we would have got further by now, or maybe you feel rejected by this person, or maybe you expect this person to kind of give you a bit more. But there could be some disappointment maybe around the fact this person is kind of a bit detached, but they probably are an air energy. Like we said, Libra. I've seen Libra quite strongly, but it could be Aquarius or Gemini like yourself. But they have the ability to kind of be detached and make decisions. And Libra really much is probably more suited to the Hanged Man, to be honest. It's that more stepping back and being objective and trying to look at both sides of a situation to get a clear perspective so they can then make the right decision going forward. But with the Ace of Rods and the Page of Rods, they really are excited about moving forward and starting this new thing with you. But they just don't want, they're more of a logical person, or their head needs to be convinced too, not just their heart. So that's how this person may be. And there's a lot of unknowns for them. They don't know. They're sure about how they feel, but they don't know. So this person could have maybe trust issues, may have been disappointed in the past, doesn't like to rush into things, but has a strong intuition as well about things, So in the near future, we've got the Hermit card and the Six of Wands. So the Hermit card usually talks about solitude, but I see here what's happening is this person's taken the time to reflect, and they're now focused on one thing, and that's you. And that's why you're happy. That's why you feel like you've got your wish. I think the Seven of Cups is here is more of a message to you to let you know that you're dealing with someone that doesn't like to deal with the unexpected, that kind of needs to kind of see and feel and experience things and know things are fact before they jump into it. So this person could be a bit, and this could be because of the Three of Swords, it could be because of disappointment that they've had in their own past with the Six of Cups. It could be disappointment with their own past soulmate connections, But I think this person does reach this clarity. And it's good as well because we've got the Moon and the Hermit card, and they're both sister cards in the deck. So to start with the Moon and to end up with the Hermit is actually a good transition from kind of non-clarity to laser-like focus, and being very clear on what it is that you want to focus on, and what it is that's important and what needs to be focused on. And I think this person feels like, yes, like really happy about it. And I think maybe as well, they feel, again, you both feel very proud, I think, to be with each other. I think you both feel like, yes, I found someone I can be with. I found the one for now. You found the one. So yeah, it's very promising. I can see it's a very kind of logical relationship, but that kind of makes sense. You're both air. It seems like you've got strong air energies, both of you. So yeah, it looks like all boxes have been ticked, and this person feels very successful in the near future. And they could also feel that what was I going to say? They also feel recognized and appreciated. I was going to say that with the Six of Wands here, maybe, and also the Six of Cups, something like reciprocity. even the Two of Cups, we are seeing maybe this, the connection between you two, the reciprocity maybe being quite important, the feeling of being recognized. Maybe it's the way that you appreciate this person that really makes this person realize that they are in safe hands, that no matter how it goes, you know, you've got their back, you are going to be kind, you're going to think about them, you appreciate what they're bringing to the table. Yeah, there's a certain level of success. Okay, so let's play devil's advocate and see how it goes. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Cups after that, and the, okay, so we've got again King and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so I went ahead and played devil's advocate. Sorry, I probably should have just ended it there, but no, simply because of time, not because of anything else. But yeah, with the Eight of Cups here, it can talk about someone moving on, but with how things are going, I don't think that will happen. I think what this is saying is that you're actually now moving the relationship forward on a very emotional level. So whereas before it may not have been very satisfying, maybe for you with the Three of Swords, you maybe felt like, oh gosh, I'm waiting for this person to like hurry up and decide or move forward with me. I feel the relationship does take that next step. I mean, it could also be possibly, although I don't see it, but it could be that, you know, that you both decide to maybe do your own thing. It could be that. And I could read this whole reading differently. But I don't see that. What I see is progression, things moving on to the 9 and 10 of Cups between the both of you. And I think definitely for you, you feel like you're moving forward. They again are looking at and really, really deciding about this long-term commitment with you. Money could be an issue as well for this person. They could also feel that you're juggling still. So if you have cut someone off from the past, there is an earth sign, you know, is this Queen of Pentacles, then I think your partner will definitely have a feeling that that you're not, you know, you're one foot in, one foot out. That's what I get with this card. Or there still is some deciding, maybe, you know, you're sure at this point that there's an emotional connection, that you want to take things further emotionally, and then we're weighing up the pros and cons of actually making it a committed, full-on, I'm your boyfriend, you're my girlfriend, but taking things very seriously, and it becoming a very serious relationship. This also talks about change as well. So it could be that there's just a change here. This person does decide to actually completely commit here with the King of Pentacles. I see the King of Pentacles as someone who wants to commit, someone who wants to kind of lay roots, who's focused on the longevity of the relationship and puts energy into that. We've then got the Devil card. So the Devil card can come up as a warning, but it can also come up as an intense connection. This would also be talking about the sexual element of the relationship, that, you know, is very strong in that area. It can also talk about materialistic, being too materialistic, drugs, sex, and alcohol as well, addictions, compulsions. So yeah, but I'm not really getting a warning sign. I'm getting that more there's some sort of Capricorn energy that comes in. And, you know, there may be some sort of codependency that could come in between you two as well at the beginning. So there could be some fears that come in as the, you know, the emotions become more solidified, and also the actual conscious commitment to the relationship becomes more solid. This can also talk about a solid connection as well. You know, this can talk about a very solid connection that you commit yourself to, and you don't give up on it ever. So it could be a very long-term relationship that you're looking at here, that there's just a very, very strong commitment here between the both of you. And I think definitely for you, it can also talk about obsession as well. I feel like you definitely will be very fixed on this person, and have very strong, like you will feel like they're yours almost. You may get a bit possessive of them, or but there will be this definite connection between you two. And then we've got the High Priestess and the Six of Swords. So this can talk about someone kind of clearing their mind, wanting to maybe talk and clear up some issues. The High Priestess here talks about, this to me does talk about things being hidden. Yes, most definitely. And it could be that this person's got a lot of emotions that they don't really express. And again, we've got a very intuitive person here. So I feel this person's offloading, with the Six of Swords here, offloading some sort of stresses, maybe some fears, or maybe even addictions that they may have had to you. I feel there'd be a sharing. There may be a problem that crops up in the relationship as well that you do talk about and fix in the near future. It could be that you decide to travel with this person as well. Maybe you feel this person needs to kind of see more of the world or something, and you want to kind of take them out of their shell. But I do see this person having some sort of clarity of mind as well. And I feel they want to move forward with you in this relationship. But there's still things like they still don't really, I feel like I'm still getting this air sign energy where they'll do a lot of talking, but they won't really express their emotions that much. They're a very practical person. And then we've got the Fool card. So yeah, I feel that there is this new path that's opening up for you. It's nice that we started with the World, ended with Fool, because it just shows that there is this new beginning really opening up, I think, for you, Gemini. And yes, nothing's going to come without its hurdles. But I see quite a positive reading for you. And I feel the Fool card just represents this new beginning that is opening up for you, where you're not carrying the baggage of the past. You're able to completely start over and look ahead towards the new beginning in your life, which I feel is connected very much to this High Priestess energy here, which I think is your partner, or maybe it's you're kind of following your intuition as well and moving forward in faith as well. Moving forward in the faith that it's all going to work out. You're going to get to where you want to get to. You've got a very good feeling of optimism, I feel, about this new relationship, or about moving forward with your relationships in the month of October. So that's the reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. Sorry it took so long for me to get through it. But yeah, if you want your own reading, email me at persephonesjourneytarot@gmail.com, or symbolsforliving@gmail.com, or you can go to my website, symbolsforliving.com, and purchase your own reading there. I'll be notified and I'll contact you and send you your reading. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking now. It's like almost an hour. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and do an extended anyway, when it's taken so long, where I'll use the Oracle decks to see more about what Spirit has to say for you and your relationships for October. All right, take good care. Much love. Bye.